What's up guys? Me and my wife are currently on the way to a horse show today, and this is kind of a fun little demonstration of some of the groundwork, some of the riding stuff that I typically do with my horses. We've only had a couple of weeks to prepare. We just got back from Australia, so we haven't really had a lot of time to prepare for this horse show. This is kind of a little bit rushed, but we'll see how well the horses do today. I'm excited about it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I thought I'd do a voiceover for this video since the event was actually in Spanish, and some of you guys probably wouldn't understand that. So yeah, this is Comet. I decided to do some groundwork with him to start out. So the first thing I'm going to do with him is have him bow. Bowing is something that Comet has done hundreds and hundreds of times. He should have nailed this, and he really didn't, and I think it's because he's not used to being around so many people, and you know, he kind of half bowed. And as you guys know, if you're at a horse show, you can't exactly train your horse at the show, so I wasn't able to kind of, you know, reinforce the cue or just ask him a bit clearer or anything. I just decided, you know what, if he's not going to do it, I'm not going to push him too much. I'll just do whatever he's comfortable with. I went ahead and got my stock whip, which is a really cool whip that makes a loud cracking sound, and it's a great way to just demonstrate that my horse is bomb proof. And that's a really big thing for me, is having horses that are bomb proof no matter what. They actually had a bunch of stock whips at the event. There was like a bunch of kids cracking stock whips, so it was perfect because my horses are used to it, they're not scared of it. And so yeah, I just wanted to show everyone that, you know, if you do good groundwork with your horse, you can get them very comfortable with loud, scary things around their head and face. There's not a lot of horses that would be fully okay with that the first time. It's something you definitely have to teach them. Then we started just some basic groundwork. Now these exercises were just the basics that I would expect any horse to know. That was a okay change of direction. He kind of hopped in the middle of that one, I don't know why. But these are just the basics, so I wanted to show everyone kind of what I expect a horse to know. Obviously I need to have full control of a horse. I don't want to be, you know, not able to tell him to go a certain direction. So that's kind of one of the exercises that really builds respect with your horse, is being able to lunge them and change directions. And then we moved on to, I think this is sending him back and forth. Yeah, so we're sending him back and forth, and I'm walking a certain direction and just sending him back and forth, having him stop, change directions, go the other way. This is a really good one for taking your horse somewhere and building their respect for you. So if you're like leading him from the pasture to the barn, and then just working on his draw there, which is, he has such good draw, like that means he wants to come close to me, and he wants to come closer to me, be in my personal space. And you really need that for a horse, especially if you're going to teach them all kinds of tricks and stuff. So my horse Comet, he has really good draw. So now I went ahead and swapped horses. I'm going to do the riding part of the show on Tango. He's the wild horse that we've broken in, and he's been an ongoing project for me. And he had a whole year with nothing. Like, I wasn't here for a whole year. He just ate grass and was in retirement. And now I pulled him out of the pasture and was like, okay, we're gonna get ready for a show. I taught him how to do rollbacks, and I taught him how to canter on the correct leads, because he hadn't really figured that out yet. And so that's what I'm showing everyone, and it's literally just from the last couple weeks, whenever I had time after work and stuff, actually just teaching him this stuff. And so I'm really happy with how he's done, because his body control, like being able to move off my legs, has been like, it's just incredible. He's so good at it for just a couple weeks. And yeah, working on his stops as well, working on his rollbacks. Of course, you know, they're not perfect yet. He's still figuring out his legs, but a lot, you know, he didn't know how to do this 2 weeks before this, so this is a lot of fun for him. And I'm really proud of him for, you know, it's a small thing really, getting the leads to be correct, but I'm really proud of him for getting it right. because I think we did another rollback here. Yeah. And then, if you can call that a rollback, but he's still learning. And then we went ahead and countered the other way. I was trying to get decently round circles. Obviously, I'm not being too picky. There's not like an arena here. This is just a pasture. And then we went for another stop, I think. Yep, that was a decent stop. I think that was one of our better stops. I'm cheating a little bit, taking him, like, having him back up before the rollback, but it does help him get on his hind end a bit more. And he's such a pretty horse, really. Like I love his black and white colors. That was definitely the best stop, but I used a little bit more pressure on the reins that one. And then it was pretty much over. That was all we'd worked on, and it's honestly not anything that crazy, but it is just to show people that you can have good control. A little bit of a turnaround there with him, which also he's only just learned in the last 2 weeks, which is fun. Obviously that side's not as good as the first side, he's hopping a little bit. But yeah, there was the riding portion, and this, honestly guys, this was just a freestyle event where I could do whatever I wanted to just show people a little bit of what I do with my horses, and they did super well. Like, so far I'm just watching this, I'm like, this is fun. So here I'm having him lunge around me. This is one where I just stand still and he goes in a circle around me, and he'll keep doing the same speed until I tell him to do something else. It's really respectful of a horse to do that. So here he's on the wrong lead, but I think he fixes it maybe. Yeah, not yet. But then he finally fixes it here, I think. Yeah. But anyway, having him canter in a circle, he really didn't want to canter. I think he was a bit tired because we had walked to the event. It was a really hot day as well. But then I'm having him lead beside me. This is a fun exercise. I love to teach horses this. Just having them lead like your shadow. No matter what you do, they do it too. So stop, back up. Super respectful. You know, your horse has to be really tuned into you to do this properly. They're a canter, and then running off. I don't know why I run like that, but that's just how I run when I'm watching my horse. And then taking him back. He did super well with that one. So now I'm having him back up and then come towards me, cantering. When I lean forward, that's his cue to come towards me. Honestly, it's not a huge, it's not a very complicated exercise, but it is a big deal to get your horse to listen to you to that level where they'll canter towards you on cue. A little bit of desensitizing since I could pretty much do whatever I wanted. And at this point, guys, we actually had a prayer. We were ending the show with a prayer, which was super awesome. And I don't know I haven't really shared that much about my faith on the channel, but it's a big part of my life and I want to share more. So this is the part where I wanted him to lie down, and it's kind of where everything fell apart a little bit. Probably the worst part of the show for me, just because he wasn't listening. So I'm asking him to bow, I'm asking him to lie down. That's where he kind of figures out that he needs to lie down. He lied down okay, like obviously, I'm not disappointed in that. What started to happen though was, I think he was a bit nervous or maybe a little bit, frustrated. It was a lot of people around and everything. Plus, I don't usually have him lie down with the saddle on. I've only done that probably maybe 5 times in his whole life. So, but I don't know, the saddle's kind of pretty and I just wanted to have the saddle on for the show. So he just started to get a bit fed up. He wanted to roll, but he knew he couldn't because the saddle was on. So in the end it was okay because I just kind of started to move the whip a little bit and he remembered what he was supposed to do. And I'm actually cracking the whip as he's lying down, which is, for a horse to lie down is one thing. For them to let you crack a whip right over their head while they're lying down, that's really pretty, that's a lot of self-control on their part to be relaxed and being on the ground. So that's it, guys. That was all the exercises, and then we kind of just walked off. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, guys. Thank you guys so much for subscribing, because we've hit 20,000 subscribers now, which is huge. Honestly, such a blessing, and I'm grateful for each and every one of you guys.
The horses actually did better than I thought they would, so happy with that. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.